Good morning, it's Friday and this is Choir Leader in a Kayak, episode number 13. And yet again, I'm not in my kayak because the river is too fast. But I have come down here on my bike and that has given me that same sense of freedom and that same sense of being outside and doing repetitive things that I so dearly love, that help to clear my mind. So I am a little bit frustrated, to be honest, because I can look at the river and you can see it behind me and it kind of looks very innocent and really inviting. The sun has been shining this morning and I ideally want to go on the water, but I'm a bit of a risk taker, but I'm also kind of sensible and I know when it's time to, when enough is enough. And this morning I have decided that it's too fast to go on the water and I'm terribly frustrated, but I just have to get over myself. This week's episode is about shocks and surprises, and they often instill the same feelings, the same responses in us. Shocks are sometimes quite dreadful moments to process and to understand, and surprises can be full of joy, but they can also leave us in a bit of a state of trauma, can't they? So this week has been full of ups and downs, full of some incredible highs and some big shocks, and they've been quite difficult to get my head around and to process. And I'm going to tell you a story that kind of reflects the week, really. So last Friday we found a magpie sitting near our garage, and it was clearly traumatised and in shock. I don't know what had happened to the magpie, but clearly something big had happened. And if we'd have left the magpie there, the magpie would certainly have been destroyed by a fox or a cat, but it wouldn't have survived. So we called a very dear friend of ours, and I hope that dear friend is watching this episode today, and we asked, what do we do? What should we do with the bird? How can we help the bird? And he said to us, put the bird in a box and pop it in the dark. So that's what we did. Oh, the sun's beautiful. I'm just going to turn around a little bit. That's better. Oh, I felt like an angel. So we put the magpie, it's a big magpie, put the magpie in a box, popped one of my son's football shirts around it, and put elastic bands around the shoebox, put the shoebox outside, and then popped a big red plastic crate over the top so that it was well and truly protected. And the next morning my husband had instructed me to go out to see if the bird had survived the night, and I'm a bit of a scaredy cat, to be honest with you, when it comes to animals, so I didn't really want to open the box. So I gave the box a few prods and sort of moved it around a bit to see if I could get any response from the bird. And sure enough, I got a bit of a bang bang of his wings, so I felt assured that he or she was alive and okay. And then I spent the rest of that day doing the same things, popping over and seeing if it was okay. And then by the time my husband got home, we realised the bird had not had anything to drink or to eat for pretty much coming on 24 hours. And if we didn't do something about that soon, we would be the ones that would end up killing the bird, which is an awful, awful feeling. So we popped a little slit in the hole and we put in a saucer of milk and bread and some water, and we left the bird for another hour. And then as a family we were having great fun watching a Friday night movie, and my daughter went out to the kitchen and came running in. Oh my God, the birds escaped. And the magpie had found a way of putting her beak through one hole in the box, and it sort of looked like this. Yes, that's my beak in a hole. And it clearly wanted to be set free. So, meticulously, we cut open the box, and it was a moment that was kind of upsetting, really, because I was very concerned for the bird and also really proud that we'd allowed this bird to recover in darkness and in warmth and to feel truly protected. And we cut open the box and the magpie was set free. She sat on the side of the box. She did a poo, and then she flew off and surveyed the scene from the rooftops near to us. And I watched the bird and thought, that's how we often feel, isn't it, after a shock, a big, big shock. We just need to rest and recuperate and hope that somebody will look after us. And then when the time is right, when it's time for us to flee, we hope that person will set us free and watch us go. And it's a really quite a traumatic process. I'm really glad the bird was set free. I'm a big fixer. I like to make people feel better as much as I possibly can, whilst looking after my own needs in the process. As I say, this week has been full of highs, lots of amazing, happy children at the choir we started, and so many happy choir members having that moment where they feel that their voices are heard, and they've so enjoyed the songs that we've started this term, and I have loved the process of watching that progress. We've had a bit of a shock and a bit of a setback with an ongoing illness in our family, which really has come as a big shock and a bit of a disappointment. So this morning when I woke up, I decided that I wanted to rest, a little bit like that bird. So I popped myself back in my bed. I slept for another couple of hours, and then I've woken up and I've come here, and I'm really pleased that I feel that I've looked after myself for a little while. And when I get home, I shall be singing, because I'm making some tracks today, and singing for me is probably the closest I get to feeling like I'm flying. So I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I hope you have lots and lots of lovely surprises this week, and not too many nasty shocks. But shocks are an inevitable part of messy life, so if they do come your way, then don't forget to look after yourself, and like that bird, you too will hopefully find your wings and fly again. Sending lots and lots of love, and look forward to seeing you next week.